Actually, I want to also shout out, of course, for Mr. Mike Effner.
Woo!
Mike, if it wasn't for Mike, we wouldn't be here. And, you know, he has he's told me I'm one of the most difficult performers. So, because, you know what, I tell him, like, you know, okay, Mike, I want to go, you know, say Thursday night, whatever, you know. I want to go, you know, between 6 or 8, but not 7. You know, and those lights there, if you could have people laughing over here but crying over there. Anyway, I don't know. You know, I don't know why he has a problem with that. I have this show. It's called The 7 Habits of the Tipping Point of What Color Is My Parachute. I'll be at Dixon Place March 14th. And thank you. Was that your birthday or something? My birthday. No. Anyway, I'm just gonna do some crap about from that show. This is all kind of winging it. So, first of all, part of my history, which shows about me, blah blah blah. I was a stupid human trick on Letterman. It's true. It's actually on my resume, and I put it on there way at the bottom, kind of as a joke, because I figured, like, this can't be, you know, it's not going to hurt me from getting hired, I hope. But people call, and then they're always asking, you know, I know what's happening, you know, you go through all the interview bullshit, and then they're like, I got one other question, I know it's coming. It's like, you were a stupid human trick on Letterman? And they want me to do the trick. They always want me to do the trick in the interview. I will not. But I will do it for you folks with a little applause. I haven't done this. I practiced this in the bathroom. I haven't done it in a while. And people ask me, what do you do? I throw my jacket up in the air and I put my arms in the sleeves as it comes down. And then, you know, again, I don't know why they want me to show them. Can't they understand what that is? So here we go. Yeah. I practiced in the bathroom. Let's see. Oh, it's dark here. It's dark. On Letterman, it worked fine. There we go. Light on this side. There we go. So, for all of you who are interested, your trick has to look good in slow motion. A friend of mine was like, "Oh, good, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to do it." And he went up and he does this thing with his eyebrows. It didn't look good in slow motion. So, anyway, keep that in mind. So, a couple other things. So, I was doing this stuff way back when performance art was really the thing. And performance art was kind of epitomized by someone named Karen Finley. I don't know if anybody knows. Karen Finley basically made a name for herself shoving yams up her butt. I kid you not. Does anybody remember Karen Finley? She's the so fool that I am, I'm thinking she's shoving yams up her butt. I can do something better than that. So, you know, I had this I was doing this sort of series of songs and stories, and it was this is better. But back then I didn't know what I was doing, and I had this idea to put just before I went on stage. I got this crazy idea to put subway tokens on my eyes. Back then there were no Metro cards, and they just came out with a new token because people were hoarding the tokens when they raised the price. So they had a new token that had a little silver spot in the middle and around the edge. So that was the new one. You couldn't hoard that because it was just being issued. Anybody remember the little tokens with the silver? So I get this idea, I'm going to put subway tokens on my eyes before I come out. And I've got a loop of the Channel 4 news theme playing. I looped it going. And I'm coming out like this. And as soon as I do this, I realize I can't see where I'm going. So I'm coming out on stage with my crazy performance art. It's performance art, people. Anyway, so that was a mistake. So I didn't do that. I did the subway tokens. All right. So then I'm going to just go through a few other things. Oh yes, and then I got into temping. Temping for you know, if you're not familiar, temping is pretty easy. It's really simple. I mean, you just show up, not doused in kerosene, and you're hired. So I didn't have any geek cred at this point. I wasn't doing anything sophisticated. I got a job in legal filing which involved filing legal documents, literally. This was this giant company on 42nd Street, I won't say who it was, in the basement. They had walls of filing cabinets, and you would push a button and create an aisle. They literally used the verb create. You create the aisle, and you also had to check to make sure nobody was in the other aisle because you could get crushed. So they had, all these warnings. So I did that, and then after, while I was temping, I started to hear about proofreading. And, my spelling was wicked good and shit. And, I figured, all right, I can do this. So I learned about this legal proofreading. Legal proofreading involves this thing called team reading, where somebody reads out loud and you follow along, and to save time, the reader says quo, quest, or dot, instead of those multisyllabic mouthfuls like quotation mark, or period, or question mark. And then you tap your foot for every capitalized word, which means you read something like this. Quo, is the deal quid pro quo, quo, quest, quoted, dotty, dot? Got that? Anyway, I never did anything with that. But I did do team reading of a financial document, which was just columns and columns of numbers. It was like almost hypnotic, because I was just reading like 349, 683, 673, 222, 251, 482, 255, 682. And it was really all 6 digits. So I couldn't really get into like a scat staccato rhythm, like 23, 44, 62, 55, 55, 55, 55. I couldn't really get into like, bounce into some kind of bebop feel of like 75, 67, 48, 9, 40, 80, 58, 2, 27, 48, 80, 55, 55, 55, 45, 5, 6, 6, 67, 7, 78. So then I got a job. It was 20 hours a week, but 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, which meant I had to be in the same place Monday through Friday. Now, for some people, this was like saying, in the morning, I will eat breakfast. But for me, this was like really strange. So, and there, this company did a lot of direct mail back then. Direct mail, for those who don't know, is junk mail. And I learned that the response rate on junk mail is 1%. 1%. That's an inconceivable batting average. It's miserable odds at a casino, and you're pretty much dead if that's what the doctor tells you you have cancer. But, if you get 1,000 responses, that sounds better. So the industry's built on these kinds of metrics. If it cost millions to send millions of cards, it wouldn't be worth it, but it doesn't. Why? Because the direct mail industry has figured out a way to keep the costs down so it's worth it to throw out 99% of what you're buying. The logic of business holds a strange fascination for me now. I'm proofreading trash, basically. I mean, this newsletter I'm sending could never be trash because we spend so much time on, thought on it. It must be important. Therefore, the amount of work justifies the importance. Isn't that the opposite of what it should be? Shouldn't the importance drive the effort? Anyway, with that noise, I say goodnight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.